Hi there everybody. This is going to be a quick video that's going to deal with ProWorkflow's workload allocation system. Our workload allocation system is in place so you can tell, based off of all of your tasks and assignments, roughly how busy your staff members are going to be. So to quickly explain how we work that out, I'm just going to quickly go into a project and take a look below our timeline. So if we scroll down a little bit further, you see I've got my timeline built out here. So this project's currently in progress. We've got a few dependencies set up. But if we scroll right to the bottom here, you'll see a series of numbers. So along the top here, you see total workload. This is indicating, within the confines of this project, of course, how many hours of work per day are required, again, based on the start, finish, and allocated time for each task. So how it's calculated, if we scroll up to the task list, it might become a bit clearer. We take the number of days that a task will be active for. So in this case here, for the setup ranking report, we're looking at 2 days, the 28th and 29th, and then 8 hours, which we are going to distribute across, in this case, 2 days. So that will become 4 hours per day. And with this task here, we can see one user is assigned, Josh. So in this case, 4 hours per day, one person working on it. So for the 28th and 29th, Josh will have 4 hours worth of work to do for each day. And if we scroll down, so you see that was the task 2.1. If we can identify task 2.1 just here, we can scroll down a little bit further. And as such, so for the total for that day, there's 4 hours of things to do. And then we see that that has been specifically distributed to Josh. So across the top again, we're seeing our full workload, and then each line beneath that will break down a specific user's contribution to that day. Now, aside from that, the one other thing to keep in mind is the number of people assigned to a task. In this case here, if we did have another person assigned, let's say Annie, if we scroll down just a little bit further and come back across to our workload allocation, you see now that has been evenly split between those two staff users. Time will always be evenly split, so if you do need a specific distribution, make sure that you put that in 2 separate tasks. Now, as I said, this of course only deals with a singular project, so how do we see this on a larger scale? If you come to firstly your reporting section, there is a staff report right at the bottom of the list that is going to specifically focus on the workload. So if we view this report here, we'll see that it brings us through to effectively the same calculation, but it gives us the added advantage of hours overdue. And as I've said, this applies to every project across the entire system. So this will give us a full detailed view of availability across all of our staff. Now, one other place you can see this is in the timeline. Now, of course, because the timeline deals with all projects across your system as well, coming down to the bottom here and showing the workload is going to give us the same numbers that that workload report gave us, but with all of the added functionality of the Gantt chart just above us. So if we did need to make changes, additions, extend a task out by a few days, those changes will be live updated on your workload just here. Now, one other place you can see this is when you're actually going to add a project in. Of course, with task templates specifically, you'll know that we can pre-assign certain staff members to certain tasks. So if I did say have one of those templates that had a few people already assigned to it, you see right at the bottom here, I can show staff availability. So Josh looks to be the person that's assigned to most of these tasks here, and based off of the, again, start, finish dates, and time allocated, I can tell that if we engage this project with Josh proceeding as normal, this is what his estimated availability will be for that period. So it's working off of what he's already doing as well as this new body of work just here. I hope this helped. If you have any further questions about our workload allocations tool, just let us know to subscriptions@proworkflow.com and we'll do our best to help you out. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll catch you next time.